Hi guys. So very recently I did a little blog post on what good study habits are and what habits actually help you increase your productivity. So today what I'm going to talk about is one of the very necessary habits, one of the most important habits to, improve yourself and groom yourself, that is reading. Now before I begin, let me clarify that by reading I do not only mean reading your textbooks. I do not mean restricting your extra reading to novels or fiction or science fictions or classics. I'm talking about any sort of reading. Like even if you like reading newspapers, good. If you like reading magazines, good. If you like reading articles of your cell phone about things that people write, good. If you're someone who likes to read documentaries or autobiographies, excellent. What I mean is any sort of reading, even if it's like a fashion magazine or a Bollywood magazine, anything, just reading and the habit of reading and how it helps you and why is it so important. Now, one more thing that I want you to focus on before going ahead is that when I talk about reading, it's not only for children and it's not only for adults. I'm talking about everyone, be it teachers, be it children, be it adults, be it working professionals, be it homemakers, be it businessmen, anyone. So why and how is reading a very good habit and how does it help you? So we want to talk about that. So beginning with it, firstly I believe it increases your confidence by leaps and bounds. See, when you know about things, when you've read about things, you get more confident about your language, about communicating, about speaking up in public, about talking about things, about speaking in front of 10 people in a group. It just raises your confidence because you're sure of what you know, having read about it. Reading, it inculcates intelligence. It inculcates the confidence of being able to speak and being sure of what you speak. So ultimately it increases your confidence and makes you a way more confident person. The second thing that I want to focus is on that it increases your concentration and attention. When you're reading something, be it a 100-page paragraph, 100-word paragraph, or be it a 300-page novel, your attention at that time is on the set of words that you're reading. It helps you increase your attention span and also your concentration. It reduces the chances of diverting your mind from where you want to focus it on, thereby increasing your concentration and attention, which helps you in every phase of life. The next thing that helps you is that it makes you more informed. Now, informed does not only mean that it increases your general knowledge. It means anything and everything. If you're reading about Bollywood and if you're talking about Bollywood, it makes you more informed about that. If you're reading a documentary or an autobiography, it makes you more informed. Basically, it increases your bank of knowledge. And that's how it goes. Like you're more informed and you're more like knowledgeable person altogether. The next thing is that it enhances language. Now by language I do not only mean that because you're reading a lot you're able to like speak better or write better or something like that. I mean everything. From reading to writing to speaking to listening, it increases all the facets of language. So it improves your language, it enhances your language, and very, very importantly, it also enhances your vocabulary, your word bank. Now, when you read, you come across a lot of new words, but the fact remains that you do not always open a dictionary to get to the meaning of the word. Sometimes you take up tactics like noticing the root words, noticing the prefixes and the suffixes to understand the meaning of the word. That also improves your analytical thinking skills, which we'll come down to later. Also, sometimes what happens is that you do not look up for the meaning of the word, you do not notice the stems or the extensions, but just because you understand the idea of the sentence, you're able to gauge the meaning of the word. So it increases your word bank and it also informs you, it also makes you more knowledgeable about how and where a word can be used. Simply reading of words from the dictionary does not do that. Until unless you see practical usage of the particular word, it does not actually get into your mental dictionary that you generally use. So it increases your word bank by leaps and bounds. The next thing is that it stimulates imagination and creativity. Now when you're reading it, if it's a fictional novel, there's an imagery that goes to your mind, and reading helps you increase that imagery. Reading helps you increase your creative thinking of making imageries, of imagination, of creative skills, of problem solving, of thinking, and it also increases your analytical skills in a way that I just talked about, and also in a way that we previously talked about inferring meaning between the lines, of inferring meaning of words, reading between the lines, connecting the current scenario to what you read 2 days ago or what you read like 10 minutes ago. So it increases your analytical skills. Like supposedly if you're reading an encyclopedia and 20 minutes later you read a newspaper, or a day later, and you relate something that you read in an encyclopedia to what you read in your newspaper, you're able to draw connections. So that's how it increases your analytical skills, and also it increases your memory. Then next we can move on to how it gives you a wider perspective and how it helps you draw inspiration and knowledge out of other people's experience. Now first, when we talk about experience and knowledge, if supposedly you're reading a fiction work or a non-fiction work, or even an autobiography or a biography, you're actually drawing knowledge from what other people have experienced, what other people have analyzed, what other people have drawn down conclusions to and written. So you're getting off on knowledge and experience of other people that makes you a better person in whatever facet of life that you are in. So yes, it helps you draw from other people's experience. And when we talk about, it gives you a wider perspective. When you read about a certain thing, you think of, supposedly today I'm given a situation and I'm able to think of 5 different perspectives, 5 different possibilities, 5 different solutions, or 5 different meanings that can come out of that particular subject. Now if I'm a more read person, if I've read about things, if I have more knowledge about those things, my perspective increases. My bandwidth of solutions increases. My bandwidth of thought increases. My perspective increases. Thereby it gives me a greater ability to think and to materialize what I already know. So it gives me a wider perspective. Next, what I'll talk about is that it encourages as well as it pacifies your thirst for knowledge. So when you start reading, it becomes, you get that, the drive that, okay, I know this, but I want to know this as well. You start drawing connections of what might be and what is, and therefore you try to, you start thinking and you try to get to know more. So that drive to know more, it increases your thirst, and then when you read, it also pacifies your pacifies your intention for knowledge. And well, when we talk about specifically how it helps adults, see, I think reading reduces stress, and it also increases your positivity, your mental positivity, and your ability to think positive. And as far as children are concerned, the advantages are multifold. It helps in the overall development of a child's brain, because a child's brain is very impressionist, and it's at this age when what is taught to them becomes a habit. So from all the benefits that we've discussed beforehand, if a child is put into a habit of reading at a very like very small age, this habit tends to grow and stay throughout their life, and it also helps them to evolve understanding and become a better learner ahead, and it also increases the pace of development of their mind. And yeah, of course, it's the best habit that you can ever have. It is an helping hand to every good thing that can happen to you as an individual. And lastly, of course, it's like free entertainment, so why not? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys start reading today if you do not already. And please comment on what you like to read, and you can DM me on my Instagram or send me a mail or message about what things do you like to read. I'd be happy to do book reviews or suggest you things that you can read according to your interests. So like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel, and happy reading.